Hello, my name is Elijah Shoaf. I am a male and I am gay. Feels really good to say that one. And I live in Snellville, Georgia, with the North Georgia Conference, and that's in the southeastern jurisdiction. I currently go to Cannon United Methodist Church, and I am a current youth member there. I've been in the church since birth, pretty much. I was baptized Methodist, and I went to Presbyterian for a while, and then we went back to being Methodist. So I would definitely have to say the church has benefited me immensely. It helped me during the times when I was struggling in middle school, where all of us go through those identity problems. I thought I had it solved, you see. I thought I had it solved, but it turns out there was something that would bother me after middle school, and that was in fact my sexuality. It was difficult, without going into details. I mean, if you've known me, you know the stuff that happened. But it all kind of changed one summer. Annual conference 2018, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's correct. 2018 annual conference, North Georgia. I went there, and I went there as a very self-hating person. Easily a very self-hating person. And I got to see one of the women who I consider to be one of my heroes, and you know, it's just easy peasy. I never thought I would have a hero until I met Bishop Sue. You know, you always view the heroes as superheroes in the movies and then the cinemas and all that, but this is a real hero to me. Bishop Sue, she was probably 100 feet away on that platform, and she just talked. A lot of times all you need to do is just talk, and of course someone needs to listen. But she just talked, and she talked about acceptance and love and stuff that I had never heard in the church for a long time, and it was moving, to say the least, that I could be who I wanted to be. Again, something snapped. That summer I came out. I'm still, you know, it hasn't even been a year, and it's been better, a lot better. It's definitely nice to be who you want to be. I've had opportunities since then, a dozen opportunities. I've been part of Lay Servant Ministries, where I've heard the testimony of powerful Christian individuals. They amaze me with their faith journey, and I hope I can be like them someday. You know, it's a magical feeling when you don't have to really worry about any of your worries. You just get to lay down those burdens, and the only thing you have to worry about is being you, and not being the you that the world wants you to be, but being the you that you think you should be. And I can thank the United Methodist Church for allowing me to see that. And I can also tell the United Methodist Church that I'm extremely grateful for them, because they have given me the ability to go out there and face these injustices that I see in the world. Directly, I'd say I've been very lucky so far. I haven't been really affected, but General Conference 2019, it's been different. It's been surprising. I've had a lot of role models and people I've looked up to at Canon that have come out and said some things that aren't exactly the nicest. And, you know, I respect everyone's opinion. I love everyone in my church to no end, and I will never, you know, remove these people from role models in my eyes, because they've inspired me in many ways. But it hurts to see some of your mentors say things, and it's like, this is me. I mean, this argument places me front and center. The church is debating about whether, you know, my existence is okay. Are we going to accept that? And it's very difficult to see yourself talked about in that kind of way. It really hurts, but I think in the end, whatever church decision is, I think it's really going to help me facing this kind of adversity, and, you know, being able to hopefully foster talks where we understand each other and we care about each other, and that's all I really want. It's difficult, but I think it is definitely worth it in the end. All right, I really love this question. Let's see. So basically, to support, you just need any sort of good comments, you know. For example, let's take, I support you, I believe in you, thank you for doing this in the church. I think the real danger zone probably comes when you add in a conditional, like anyways. I love you anyways. It really hurts, and it's very difficult, because it can be very hard for me to feel the genuineness of your compliment if you add in a conditional like that, like, I love you anyways. It implies that maybe there's a reason you shouldn't. And, you know, that's something you gotta watch out for. So just be nice, give genuine compliments, not empty ones, and you should be fine. And just watch out for those conditionals. Like, anyways is probably one of the worst ones, but that's definitely my recommendations if you want to, say something. But people that say those stuff to me all the time, I really feel it. I support you. It's that simple. Thank you. It's kind of surprising how far those simple words can go. In a word, heartbroken. I've been able to see what all the amazing programs of the UMC does, from children and youth ministries all the way up to the natural disaster aid provided by UMCOR. These programs, they don't discriminate like us. They don't base their decisions off of human sexuality. They simply seek to help all people in the world and to spread the love of God regardless of remorse, regret, or distinction. They don't view this issue the way we do. To them, it's an issue of helping. If the church were to split, what would that do to these programs? They would lose funding, and we would not only be splitting our church, but we would be splitting help to, I dare say, millions around the world. And I think that some people just don't understand. It saddens me is that the United Methodist Church is not ours to break. It's not built on our ideas. It's built on the idea of the love of God. And therefore, we don't have the ability to break it. We should not rashly tear asunder to say, the church, it has been built by generations and generations, and it communicates, and it is a structure that has stood the test of time. And it saddens me. We should not break this church apart. The ministries that this church does is far too important and far too wide-reaching for us to even consider breaking it apart for our, selfish reasons, and I include that in my own. As you see a little bit later, I'll talk about why I don't think that even if the traditional plan is selected, I do not think that we should simply leave. The unity of the church is too important to me. Helping those who cannot help themselves and what the church does is far too important than for my own desires and my own beliefs for the church. It's not mine to break, and it's not yours to break, so please do not rashly tear asunder. And this is probably the hardest question. I hope that the General Conference 2019 delegates see that the One Church plan is the right way to go. I believe it allows for the freedom and flexibility that we need to continue in an ever-evolving world. With things changing every day, it'll help us weather these uncertain times, because this is not the only storm that's going to pass. We will have to deal with many more issues in the future, and I think the One Church plan is the perfect model of how to go together, divided in thought, but united in love and mission. We understand the One Church plan helps to model and understand that it's greater than us. It's greater than our individual ideas. It's about the church. It's about the one church, one love, one body. And I think it's really what embodies the entire idea. I'm going to be going back to annual conference this year, 2019, and I have a resolution in the works that's going to help people. Regardless of the decision at General Conference 2019, it's going to help some people. It's going to help a lot of people. If the traditional plan stays, I want us to stay in the church, and I'll talk about that just a little bit later. But if we end up getting a stalemate, nothing passes, I want to be there on the forefront of this discussion for 2020. I'm running this year as a delegate to General Conference, and, God willing, I'll get it. I think we need to start more crucial conversations in the church. The opportunity for people to sit down and understand each other's opinions without worrying about judgment, and making sure we can all, see each other as human, which is very important during these times. And now back to the traditional plan. If the traditional plan is selected, please, I do not hope for us to tear the church apart. The storm will pass, brothers and sisters, but we have to be willing to weather it. I think it's best put in the idea we have to peacefully resist. They can't put us all on trial. We just need to stay. We need to keep the church united and peacefully resist. I think that we need to follow in the spirit of all those who came before us and pushed for social change. There's a quote from MLK, which I'll read right now. So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I have a dream. A powerful quote, for the civil rights era, and something that can be applied to where we are right now As a church, I trust in God. I think He knows what's best, and whatever decision comes out of this conference, I trust it. Not mean I'm going to try with all my heart to change it, but I trust it. I think that we need to hope for a better world, a dream for a better world, and even if it doesn't come true at this conference, continue that dream. It's a long road, and it's been hard, and we have fought for so long. I've only been here for a year, and I'm full of energy, and I'm ready to keep the fight going. It's important to me, and it should be important to you, so please do not abandon the cause if this decision made does not allow for what we would desire. And again, hope for a better world, dream for a better world, and remember that only you can make that dream become a reality. You just have to fight. Weather the storm, because it'll only go away if you stay till the end.